So the next thing we want to do is talk about, before we move on to slides, we want to talk about bending and vibrato. Because if you think about it, when I do a bend, what I'm doing is I'm again, bending and vibrato are both bends, right? You're putting tension on the string, which is causing the pitch to rise. It's just one of them, you're trying to raise it to a certain degree that is another pitch in your scale. And one of them, you're just adding a little bend that's out of tune, right? That's what a vibrato is. So what we can do is we can actually learn how to do a bend and then add vibrato on that bend. So real quick, let's just talk about that. So let's say I was on the 8th fret, again, A minor pentatonic. Let's say I was on the 8th fret of the 2nd string and I bend that up 2 frets higher. So I check my reference note and I bend it, right? And I want to make sure I hit that note. So now if I want to add vibrato, what I'm going to need to do is take that note. Again, I was here, I bent it up, now I'm here. I'm going to take that note and I'm going to release it just a little bit, and then I've got to bring it back up and I've got to hit the note that I bent to, okay? I can't, let me demonstrate. So when I bend it up and I bring it back down for a vibrato, it's going to be out of tune. So I've got to bend it up so it's in tune again. So what you're really doing is creating 2 points. You've got your bend point and your vibrato point. And what you want to learn to do is move between those 2 points like this. If you start doing this, then again, it sounds like you're summoning aliens or something like that. You see? And I laugh at it, but I remember very much sitting in my room trying to learn how to do this, just struggling. So listen, we've all been there. So I'm certainly not making fun of you. I'm thinking of my world too when I used to try and do these. So the trick is to try and really get used to those 2 points. And you'll notice I'm turning and then I'm releasing and turning and releasing and I'm going back and forth. And then I can control that and get the 2 happening together. So you see there's lots of different wonderful ways that you can bend and add vibrato and different things like that. And it just takes a little while to get used to. But they're very, very, very important, and they take time. You've got to nurture each one of these little techniques. So even though, and I know I say this sort of thing all the time, but even though maybe you've been introduced to bending or vibrato or something before, and you go, yeah, I get it. You know, I've done it before. You don't want to just do it. You want to develop it. You want to find comfort and control in it so you have command over it at any time in your solos. So when you go to play, you know, whatever it is that you like to do when you play, you want to be able to do that at any moment in time. So it sounds like a music. It doesn't just sound like you're playing the scale. So I think that's enough for bending and vibrato right now, other than questions that we might get at the end.